Hello, part 3. Sorry that it is so late in the day. I tried to get this done earlier, but the day just got the best of me. So my husband at the time, he got a job offer in Alaska, and it was so good we just couldn't refuse it. Also, it was somewhere that he had been wanting to live for quite some time, and coincidentally, it was somewhere that Dustin had wanted to live, so I was like, why not? Life is short, let's go check it out. And that's where my marriage with him just started going downhill. He grew to be very jealous of Dustin. If I talked about him at all, there was a problem, and it eventually would turn into a fight. And then if my kids talked about him, then he would just kind of react in a very childish way. Don't worry, I'm not the one driving, he is. This isn't the ex, this is Eric. I tried to work on things with him for a while, and eventually I couldn't take it anymore. After years of really not being able to celebrate or feel comfortable celebrating Dustin's, legacy or anything, or being able to talk about him, the kids and I decided to do a balloon release that year. This was in 2020. He actually got in the car, slammed the door, and peeled out of the driveway very dramatically and was trying to ruin the moment with them. And shortly after, I met this amazing human. Who looks at the kids as not a package deal, but extra gifts. And he doesn't try to replace their dad, he tries to just be there in his absence, which is so refreshing, and how it should be. So, we made plans to move to Florida because I really had no reason to be in Alaska anymore. After we purchased the tickets online and after talking to the representative on the phone, he reassured us that we'd be able to take Atlas with us, and we found out that that was wrong. So my only other option was to either A, eat the money that we spent on the tickets, or B, have my ex watch Atlas for me. But at least I knew that I'd be leaving him in the care of someone that was considered Atlas's family member for 2 years. Part 4. I'm so sorry it's taken so long. Life's just been a little bit busy. On October 27th, we had Landon's birthday. He's 14. And that morning I had a phone interview with a news station that is running a story on Atlas. So I had to scramble and look through all 8,000 pictures and videos of mine to find images and videos to go along with the story. If you haven't watched part 3 and 2 in 1, go watch those really quick. So we get all the way out to Florida, and obviously I'm missing Atlas like crazy. So the second we land, I am texting my ex, letting him know we arrived. How's Atlas doing? Is he doing okay without me? I was missing him like crazy, obviously. He responded pretty quickly and reassured me that everything was okay and that Atlas was fine. He was looking for me, but as far as I knew and from what he told me, everything was good. So the place that we had originally planned on looking at when we got out here, the owners decided to sell it. So we decided to go camping while we looked for a place. That 2.5 months that we were camping, I was literally stalking him every single day, asking him for pictures and videos of Atlas, asking how he was doing. Every single morning, that was my first thought. It was the first thing I did. I would wake up, I would text him, and I would ask how my baby was. The housing market was pretty crazy then, as it was, the height of COVID, and if you recall, houses were just kind of flying off the market. So roughly 2.5 months after camping and staying in hotels, we finally found a place, and the second I got in, I was messaging my ex saying, hey, we got into a place, get his health certificate ready so he can travel, and let's get this going. The travel restriction ended roughly 2 to 3 weeks after we got into the place, so I figured that would be perfect timing so that we can get everything squared away. I was literally on cloud 9 because I knew that getting into that place and the travel restriction ending meant that I would have my little fluffy boy back, which felt like an eternity at that point already. When he responded to me after we got into the place, he kind of gave me every excuse as to why he couldn't get Atlas ready to get sent out, and I was like, what is going on? Red flag number 1. Well, actually number 2. His first excuse was that he was busy working. His next excuse was that he had 2 COVID exposures, so he was kind of on lockdown for an entire month. I start panicking, of course, because every time I'm asking anything, he has an excuse for it. I asked him, okay, well, at least send me pictures. At least show me that he's there with you, that he's okay, that he's safe. I was worried that he ran away, that he got lost. My mind was just going crazy with all of the different possibilities of what could have happened. Finally, on October 27th of 2020, my son's birthday, he informs me that he had someone else watch Atlas. And I lost my mind.